Get ready with us, but I really don't want to go to summer school today, so I'm skipping summer school.
What? I thought we were dropping you off.
What? Who said that? I'm just not going. You can take me, but I'm just asking Grandma to pick me up early or something. The only reason I don't want to go is because Pineapple decided not to come to school today. And I'm like, what the heck? We had a, Duolingo streak going. Us talking at summer school every single day, and you just decide not to go? So I'm going to decide not to go. I can't go out today. I'm sick. There's no reason to going. I'm gonna have a substitute today. They're not even gonna teach us nothing. We're just gonna have fun. So what's the point in going? Let's make a deal. I take you out to eat today because, I got all my birthday money and whatever. We can have a little girls' day, a little mother and daughter day. Chick-fil-A, Olive Garden breadsticks. Olive Garden breadsticks? 3 refills?
Fine. Keep going after this.
There's actually not going to be a substitute at school today. I actually have a big test, so that's one of the reasons I don't want to go to school. But, if Pineapple's not going to school, I'm not going to school. I thought this was the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter, but it's MCO Beauty. Slay. She has these pregnancy cravings, so of course she's going to say yes to any food. I already knew, by that. And I also spent all of my money. She used her Apple Pay to buy me Robux last time, so I'm going to just use that for the food. Slayness. I'm going to order from Chick-fil-A, Mom.
First time ever you're paying, so I'm probably going to get more stuff than I usually get.
Yeah, I'm paying. Quick question. How much do you have in your Apple Pay?
Why? You're not paying. I knew
I already said yes, so I'm skipping school already. Be the passenger princess. Adios.
I'm going to school tomorrow.
If Pineapple goes, I go.
Hey y'all, get ready with me while I tell you how my friend group of 5 went to 4 in one night. I had this wonderful friend group of 5 girls, of course, and it was just a regular hangout night not too long ago, actually, during spring break, and I had all my girls over. Until, of course there's always an until, the one girl in our group, let's call her Lily, we were as a group collectively deciding which Disney character reminded us of each. I know girls get their feelings hurt easily, and no one was mean or anything. I was Rapunzel, someone else was Belle. It wasn't mean. And we got to Lily. I don't even remember what they called her, but she ended up getting her feelings hurt and started shouting and making it a bigger deal. We were doing this discussion in the kitchen, and so I looked around and there was a butter knife on the table, and I said, why don't we do a talking butter knife? So basically, if you were holding the butter knife, you could talk and nobody else could, because everyone was shouting at this point. And being 100% honest, this actually worked, except for Lily. She did not want to do the talking butter. We ended up stopping the game because it got too much because of Lily, and we just went on our way. Well, anywho, a few hours had gone by, maybe 2, and we had not seen Lily. So because I was hosting the little sleepover, I decided to go, find her and check on her, because again, she is our friend. So I looked for 30 minutes, couldn't find her. I'm calling her name, and I'm looking in the bathrooms, and I go in my little sister's bathroom. It's completely dark, and she was sitting in front of the door in the dark of my sister's bathroom. And she heard me call her name and didn't respond. I practically pushed my way through this door to sit down and talk to her, and she's basically crying, and I'm scrolling on Shein, and I'm what's wrong? And she's nothing continuously, right? And then I just leave, because if you're not gonna tell me what's wrong, there's nothing I can do for you. Okay, so I ended up going back downstairs, and then I heard her talking super loudly right close to my mom's room. At this point, it's 3 a.m. She has to get up for work in about 2 hours, and she's sitting there talking super loudly on the phone, and I snapped. So I go to the room where she's at, right by my mom's room, and I'm hey, listen, you can be upset, that's totally okay, but you cannot sit here, be loud on the phone when my mom is trying to sleep after so much she does for us. She ends up refusing to move and gets louder, and I'm being calm, patient, no cussing, nothing. I wasn't being mean. I was listen, you really need to move. You can go to the living room, you can go to my room, you can go outside, but you need to move. And when I said she could go outside, she goes, so you're kicking me out? No. Well, at this point, she's on the phone with her mom or grandma, and she's screaming, cussing, yelling, begging to come get her to pick her up because we're ganging up on her, when I was literally just it's giving pathological liar. Like, I tried to be nice, but you're not getting your ass up and moving, and you're going to wake my mom up, and she's gonna get mad at me. And so then I got mad, and I was like, get your ass up and go. Now, now, go. I was so mad. And she finally gets up, goes outside, sits outside, crying, cussing at her mom, like, come pick me up. And she's like, it's 3 a.m., I'm not picking you up. She's like, I don't give a shit, come pick me up. You know what I mean, right? Ends up convincing grandma and mom, I don't know, to come get her. And so we go upstairs. I was like, you're not coming back in, like, with this state of frantic manic. You're not. And I left the door open. She's sitting right there by the door, and I'm like, we'll go get your bag, it's already packed, because it was the last night they were spending the night. Bring it down, we bring it, go, right? And then she's like, calls her mom, and her mom's like, walk to the end of the driveway and we'll get you. And I was like, oh, thank the Lord. This story time doesn't even grasp how loud, rude, disrespectful, like, she was to everybody. Like, there was so much more. You had to live it. And those 4 girls, I'm sure they'll comment, like. So she starts walking to the end of the driveway, and I was like, you know, I wouldn't want to walk to the end of the driveway at 3 a.m. in the dark by myself. My driveway is super long. And so I was like, we'll walk with you. And she was like, no, go yourself. I help you. Super rude. And we were all calm and chill. No one was cussing. No one was nothing. So we're like, we're just going to walk behind her. So she's walking, and she's like 20 feet above us. So she ends up sitting on the road of the highway by my house, even though, like, she didn't want to be by us. Like, that didn't make sense. Her sister goes and checks on her, and Lily swings on her, and her sister just backs up and walks away. I was like, you know what, fine, you can stay there. So her mom pulls up, right? Gets out of the car, and she's trying to pull up my driveway, and I'm like, you're not about to pull up my driveway and be loud and wake my mama up. So, like, she didn't end up pulling up ever fully up on my driveway. Like, I stood my ground, and she's, like, all upset, and she's talking about somehow she was going to protect her babies or whatever, and, like, you know, of course, like, I get that motherly instinct, but she wasn't getting the full story. She was just getting Lily's story. Anyway, so her mom ends up trying to get her sister to come home as well after Lily just gave us death threats, and of course she was like, no, I'm not going, I didn't do anything. Everyone's crying at this point. They're shouting, screaming, cops being threatened to be called. So overdramatic. I mean, it was all girls, so, like, anyway, Lily's uncle was there too, and so he ends up calming everyone down, which is the only time a situation a man has ever helped. I'm just kidding. I can't say that. Which is a situation a man has ever calmed down. And so basically he calms it down and gets her to leave. And she leaves, and she ends up blocking me. She blocked me. Lily blocked me on everything. One of the beautiful girls from the 4-friend group now. Anyway, bye, beautiful people.
Get ready with me, story time. I stretch my eyes out to become Asian. Okay, so when I was 5 years old, I thought everyone in the world started out white, and then you can pick a race. And I would watch these pretty Asian girls, and their eyes look stretch out, and they were really pretty. I wanted to be them, so I, like, stretched my eyes out. And I would actually get mad when my eyes didn't stretch out right. And again, also, I thought I was white, because I pretty much thought everyone in the world started out white. And then, I asked what race I was one day to my mom, and she told me I was Asian. I was like, oh, but my eyes aren't. But I found out I'm Asian. Love you guys, bye.
Things I hate about middle school. I hate how so many boys at my school think it's a trend being from the hood. Like, boy, you are not about that. I hate those one group of girls that's always messing with someone. Like, just leave people alone. I hate that one couple that breaks up every 5 seconds. Like, y'all know damn well y'all about to get back together in 2 seconds. Talk about something, it's a break. I hate how people's only comebacks are calling people racist slurs or calling someone fat. Like, is that the only fucking comeback you have? I hate those one boys that are only nice to the girls they like. Or I hate those sassy boys. Like, tell me why when I was sitting down and I accidentally looked at this guy and he rolled his eyes at me. I hate how it's a trend to get all Fs. Like, I get if you're trying, but if you like getting all Fs and you think that's funny, there's something wrong with you. Okay, I have to explain this one. So say you have a best friend, and you tell that best friend all your secrets, and you guys suddenly stop being friends, and then she tells all your secrets. Like, I hate when people do that. Are you that mad? Like, get a life. Okay, bye guys. Those are things I hate about my middle school.
If anyone knows why these 10-year-olds are so feral over Drunk Elephant, let me know. So a few weeks ago, I went into Sephora to get my mom the Glow Recipe toner for Christmas, And how the Sephora was laid out is that the whole back wall was skincare, like skincare brands, skincare products. So it was like Glow Recipe and then Drunk Elephant. And so there was 2 10-year-olds in the Drunk Elephant section, and they were fighting over the bronzing drops. Like they were about to throw hands over some bronzing drops. So one of the girls got the bronzing drops before the other girl. So the other girl was like, well, you don't need them anyway. I'm more preppy it girl core. And so the other girl was like, well, you're black, so you don't even need them. Whoa. Whoa. And I'm just standing there in complete and total shock. I'm like, whoa. Whoa. So the girl who had the bronzing drops put the bronzing drops in her basket and walked away. And then the other girl was literally throwing a fit, like telling her mom about how she stole the bronzing drops from her and all this and that. And her mom was like, girl, shut up. Like, ain't nobody cares. It's just a product. And I was just like, okay, period. Because you're not going to get bronzing drops if you're going to be racist, you dumb bitch.
Get rid of me while saying all the things I hate. And one of them is when my hair is not hairing. Because what the heck is this? Like, I literally look like I got electrocuted. I hate when the ugliest people are the ones saying the most, like, shit about people. Like, you have no room to talk. Like, I know self-confidence is key, but, like, I hate this one so much. It's when you're about to cry, and then somebody tells you, are you okay? No, I'm not okay. Like, just shut up and leave me alone. I hate when I'm about to do something and then my mom tells me to do it. Like, now I don't want to do it anymore. When my mom complains that I'm always in my bed and never go out, or like just in my room, and then when I ask her to go out like with my friends, now I can't. Or like when I ask her to go out somewhere and she tells me a story about like 15 years ago when a girl got kidnapped. What does that have to do with me? Or like when you call a girl pretty and she's like, I know. I take it back. I remember I called a girl pretty once, like on TikTok, because she was actually pretty. And then she responded, I know, with a freaking rolling eyes emoji. I was like, never mind. And then she responded, wow, the switch up is crazy. Just shut up and delete the whole app at this point. Literally, pretty girls with an ugly personality are straight up ugly. Like, that's just, they're ugly. Anyways, bye guys.
So my hamster just almost died. Story time. Before anyone wants to start and say I'm a bad hamster mom, I've had 2 hamsters in the past who died naturally and lived a year over they're supposed to live. So I know what I'm doing. So last night I slept over at my friend's house, and when I came home, I walked into my room and I saw the cage of my hamster's cage off. And I start digging through, there's no hamster. The lid of the cage is extremely hard for me to get off. So how did it come off? No one knows. Me and my mom are both convinced that my cat somehow ripped off the lid to the cage because he is pretty crazy. After I am digging through the cage and I can't find any hamster, I'm freaking out, tearing up the whole house, and my first thought is that it is a dead hamster somewhere in this house that is gonna stink and rot, and I've only had this hamster for like 2 weeks at this point, so I'm like, what the fuck? After I literally tear apart the whole entire house, like I'm looking behind the fridge, the washer and dryer, I could not find this bitch. I literally just give up and start laying in my bed, bawling my eyes out because what the hell is just going on? It's literally like 10 in the morning and I come home and I see this. I go in my closet to try to find my work shirt because I still have to go to work today. And I see a little black hamster running around. So I pretty much just lay my hands down. She jumps right into my hands and I put her back in her cage and she's alive. I was fully convinced my cat demolished her because, again, he's crazy. Okay, that's it. This literally happened like an hour ago, so I'm still a little traumatized. But I love you so much. Have an amazing day.
My school was so strict. I remember the time the principal gave my whole entire class in school suspension. Do y'all know what it takes for a whole class to get in school suspension? Or even just to get it alone is not good at all. But get ready with me for school story time on how my full entire class got in school suspension. Before we start the video, if this gets on your For You page, please comment For You page because I try to notice and follow some people back who comment For You page. Please don't forget to comment For You page. Look at that shade match. Okay, so we had just came back from lunch and we were about to take our quiz or whatever. And this one girl who was not supposed to be in our class walks in and she was arguing with this one girl. Like, they were talking at first because I guess she lost her water bottle and she blamed it on her. I don't know.
but it kind of escalated a little bit, and the one girl went outside and the other girl followed. I guess the one girl was trying to be mature about the situation, but the other girl had walked out. So and then they started getting louder. So then that's when like 3 students ran outside, and that's when the whole class was just like, oh, we're about to take this very important test. And our teacher is on maternity leave, so we have this substitute. At the time, I didn't like him, but then I started to like him. So we were the first class who runs out, and then the whole grade is in the hallway. Obviously, nothing happens because my science teacher gets one of the girls, and yeah, I mean, like, nothing happens. But here's the problem. We try and go back into the classroom, and we notice that the door is locked. This dude would not let us in the class. We're literally banging on the door because half of the class is outside. After standing out there for a while, the ESL teacher comes and gets us. We're in the dean's office. He would not let us back in the class. But literally, the whole grade was out there, so why are we the only ones being punished? Doesn't make sense. Being so for real, we were sitting in that room for like 2 hours straight because like we had absolutely nowhere to go. He comes back and he says that we're all going to get in school suspension, but on different days. So for example, 10 kids would go per a day until we were all done. But the story does not end. So let me know if y'all want a part 2. If you stayed all the way to the end, comment down below a pink heart in the comments. Bye guys, and have a great day. 500,000 followers is crazy.
Get ready with me to hang out with a boy. Please ignore my outfit because I've been trying to find something for the past 30 minutes and I will cry if you say something bad about it because it is bad. Just don't say it. I know it's bad. Just don't. I don't want to clip my hair back because every time I do it leaves an indent. So if I'm going somewhere, I don't want to have creases in my hair. Also, I've literally been obsessed with this guy for so long, but I met him on Snapchat. And before you say anything about my other video, he was a catfish, but I've learned I think this one's not a catfish, so we're just gonna hope and pray. I do have trust issues from the last guy that catfished me, so yeah. But at least I'm gonna die happy because when he catfished me, it wasn't really like scary, but like I was thinking like I could have died, but I didn't. I will be sad if I die a couple days before Christmas because like I was really looking forward to all those presents. Okay, I did clip my hair back for your guys' sake because if I were watching a Get Ready With Me and their hair was not clipped back, I would freak out. Overall, he has green flags, but some red flags are like, I don't know his age, I don't know where he lives. He's picking me up like the last guy, but he's not a catfish, I don't think. But if I do die, at least I can like fight and defend myself because this time I'm bringing precaution. Is that the word? Stuff that I need to keep myself safe. And my phone is charged. Let's see. It's at 34% and that's better than 5% like last time, so I'll be fine. For this outfit, I was trying to go something like Christmassy-ish, and since the vest is like a cream beige, it just like gives me dirty vibes and I don't like it. Also, I couldn't tell you where I got this from. It was sent to me, so I'm not sure. And there's like nothing on it. Oh yeah, somehow I managed to get mascara all over my desk. I don't really know how that works, but now I'm gonna go in with the Tower 28 mascara, and I forgot to mention the green flags about him, so I have to think about this one for a second. Okay, I'm actually gonna do fake lashes, but some green flags are like he's kind, he's nice overall, like we have never FaceTime because I'm just like not really about it. And you know, like in person's better, so he's just gonna pick me up in his car, which means he obviously has to be over 16 to drive. So, and he does have a beard like the other one. But you can be young with a beard, so. Okay, I'm gonna do my lashes. I'll be right back. I forgot to mention the Nikki Tutorials highlighter is literally the best thing ever. It's so good, and now I gotta blend it in. Okay, my lashes are done by the one and only May Hug. It only took 5 ever. But wish me luck. I'm pretty scared.
Hey y'all, get ready with me for the day. I have to tell the story of how my grandma crashed into Walgreens. Just to start off, I love my grandma so much, and in no way am I using her for clout. I just wanted to tell this story because it's like interesting. So basically, this is like late 2017. I was at piano, which my grandma usually takes me to. And you know, I'm waiting in the lobby at the little piano place to be picked up. And I see my mom there, and I'm like, oh, why is my mom there? That's like a little different. And I was like, oh, Mom, why are you here? Like, and she was like, oh, well, Nana couldn't come pick you up from piano day because she made a small scratch on a building. And I was like, oh, small scratch, can't be too bad, right? So then she takes me home. I go home, think nothing of it. But Mom's like, oh, I have to go and leave. And then she was like, Blake, turn on the news. Blake's my brother. Come to find out, my grandma is halfway through the Walgreens Halloween aisle. And wait till the end for the picture. It's not graphic, don't worry. And then I see my mom outside talking with my neighbor, who's the mayor. And I was like, and it turns out she's in the hospital. And I was like, oh no. But obviously, any elderly who crashes through a building is going to be rushed to the hospital. So pretty much, she was in the hospital, like, you know, getting her little, like, vitals checked and everything, just to make sure she's, like, you know, like, all right. Turns out she was all right. And it went to go on the news, you know, because there's, like, a news story. And at the time, like, my siblings were in high school, and they said, like, everyone was, like, freaking out because, like, the Walgreens is right next to the high school, and they were like, who crashed into there? And their brother gets home and realized that it was my grandma. Luckily, everything was okay, and her car just had to get towed, and she was okay. She didn't have to pay any fines or anything. They just had to have the Walgreens under construction for, like, a couple months to, like, fix the window and everything. Which, it needed to be fixed anyways, because it was just, like, an open window, so. But I'm just, like, so glad she's all right, because that was a little bit scary. But yeah, we were like, what even caused her to crash in the first place, right? Like, that's just not something that happens every day. So she says, like, she was wearing flip-flops, and, like, you know, of course my grandpa was defending her, being like, oh, those darn flip-flops. And that she, like, mistaken the gas for the brakes. But, like, she's never done that in her life. Come to find out, once again, she has Alzheimer's, so. But I guess that was kind of evident in that situation. But I'm just, like, so grateful that she's okay and everything, because the people that were in that aisle, were on their break, so that could have ended badly if they were in that aisle. Sorry, this keeps turning off. Okay, I'm gonna get dressed, and then I'm gonna show you all the picture. Okay, I realized it was actually 2018, but this is it. Yeah, it was interesting, but I'm so glad she's okay. So yeah, thanks all for watching. Let me know if you want any other interesting story times of my life.
Story time, my boyfriend tried trafficking me at a gas station in the middle of nowhere. He didn't actually mean to though. Let me tell you guys the story. All right, let me set the scene for you guys. So we're driving back home to Ohio. Why did I say it like that? We're driving back home to Ohio from Florida, okay? Just had a vacation, whatever. And we're like 2 hours in, so we need gas, so we decided to stop at this gas station in the middle of nowhere in Alabama. So we filled up our tank, we pissed, and we got snacks. I got me a little Snickers bar, you know, I'm feeling good. We get back in the car, he tries to start it. Bitch, it wasn't starting. So now we're both like, shit. We've never been in this situation before. Why is this happening to us? Please. So he gets out. He checks, pops up in the hood, checks it. He knows a good amount about cars, so I wasn't, like, tripping too much. But basically ended up coming to the conclusion that it had something to do with his battery being dead, corroded, or whatever. So there was basically nothing we could do. It's funny because his car actually gave us clues earlier in the day that he needed a recharge. So basically his heat started coming on out of nowhere, just like a ghost. Like a ghost had just turned it on. And the clock was just, like, really messed up. So if that ever happens to you, it might be your battery corroding. But also, there was no lights showing that he needed a battery replacement. So now we're sitting here with, like, 3 options, which my boyfriend didn't want to do any of them. He was just sitting there not doing anything. Like, well, we have to do something. Like, the sun sets at, like, 4:30 because of dumbass daylight savings time. Like, we gotta go. Our 3 options were call for a tow. Ask my boyfriend's brother for a ride. He was like 2 hours out in Florida where we had just stayed. Or we could ask a random stranger for help. Guess which one my boyfriend picked? Before I could even tell his dumbass to stop, he gets out of the car, tells everyone in and outside of the gas station that we're broke down, that we need help. Literally everyone and anyone. Big, small, man, anyone. Mind you, everything electrical in his car did not work. The windows, the locks, the locks on the doors did not work, bitch. I didn't have any weapons on me, had nothing, and I'm very susceptible to getting kidnapped. I'm like this little tiny 4'11" little girl, so I was freaking out. And my boyfriend is this little scrawny little Timothy Chalamet motherfucker, but like 5'7", 5'8" Timothy Chalamet. Like, he's weighs as much as I do. Basically like a super nice, wholesome golden retriever boy, and is like, hey guys, hey everyone, can you guys jump us? Like, you know, you got some jumps. So now that he's told about like 6 different creepy looking men at this rundown gas station with bars on the windows in the middle of nowhere with barely any service around but the gas station, we finally found this nice fat little old man hillbilly with a super thick country accent. We can barely understand him, but he jumps our car. Hooks up his truck, he jump starts it, doesn't work, he leaves. Like, this hoe does not want to start, and he doesn't want to get it towed either, so we call his brother to come pick us up and bring us back where we just came from, back to his apartment to spend another night, and then figure it out in the morning. Been there for about 2 hours. The sun was about to set and we had to wait another 2 hours for him to pick us up. So basically at this point I was just kind of praying to God that I wouldn't get kidnapped. We were just like fresh meat, fresh bait at this point. I was literally waiting for Ted Bundy to rise up from hell, from his grave, and murder us both. You guys already know I was going off on him. Okay, I was calling him a dumbass. What doesn't click? Like, he did not get it. Like, he didn't see anything wrong with what he did. What the actual fuck? Asking strangers for help at the sketchiest gas station known to man. That is a last resort, okay? We could have done better things before that, but I know I'm not crazy. I know I'm not being over dramatic, because my boyfriend's brother's wife actually was pissed at my boyfriend too for doing that. Like, she had the same mindset as me. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you have precious cargo. Like, you're dumb as fuck. My boyfriend's brother didn't see anything wrong with it either, so she was pissed at him too. And I actually found out later that my boyfriend's dad, he was texting him and saying to ask for help. You 3 motherfuckers are so dumb. So basically what ends up happening is the car magically starts 15 minutes after the jump. We call off his brother picking us up. We go back to his brother's place where we just came from in Florida, and we're good. We spend another night and then we leave in the morning. His car is all good. He got a battery replacement at the AutoZone. So it was chill. Now I'm home. Just a tip for you guys. If you have a boyfriend and you plan on going on a road trip with him, make sure you tell him not to do that dumbass shit. Okay? Because I've been with this man for 5 years. Never did I think he would, like, do, like, what the actual frick. But he ended up apologizing, and he was like, I'm sorry. I'm like, it's okay. If you think I'm being dramatic, maybe, but at the end of the damn day, I was scared. Should I break up with him, guys? Let me know. Bye.
One thing I've always said is, like, you shouldn't meet your idols. A lot of my favorite influencers ended up being the rudest people I've ever met in my entire life. Even the ones that you'd think, like, nah, they can't be rude. Like, they're so nice. The ones that I had the worst experience with were the ones that I was like, oh, there's no way they're rude in person, because they just seem so authentic and nice. Nope. I don't want to generalize, so I'm not talking about everybody, but a lot of the rudest influencers I've met were, like, influencers who were, like, part of, like, the beauty community, like the tutorial teaching how to do makeup. Like, I don't know what it is. They're just, a lot of them are really rude. I thought it was just me, but then I talked to, like, my other influencer friends, and there was, like, certain influencers that we'd both met that we thought would be really nice, and they're, like, beauty influencers, and they were not nice. I also noticed that they're kind of, like, weirdly gatekeepy. Like, whenever I meet beauty influencers, if I have, like, makeup questions, like, that's, like, I'm like, this is my moment to shine, I gotta ask them now, this is the best person to ask. And they'll, like, give me super vague answers or just make me feel like I'm stupid for even asking. And it's like, girl, I could scroll through your TikTok right now and find the answer to my question. Like, what are we hiding? I love winged eyeliner, okay? Like, back in high school, I was constantly wearing a winged eyeliner or whatever, and it worked perfectly for me. Nowadays, when I do, like, a winged eyeliner, I don't know why, it just, like, smears, smudges, transfers all the time. And I'm using the same eyeliner, the same brand as I did when I was in high school, so I don't know what's the difference now. I mean, I asked so many fucking beauty influencers this question, and one girl was like, you have to use waterproof eyeliner, and I'm like, mine is waterproof. Like, oh, okay, then it's just gonna be like that. Like, you just have to accept it. Like, girl, shut the fuck up. I know yours doesn't, and I know you wouldn't accept it if it was smudging. Another girl, I really bonded with her, and, like, I thought we were, like, friends because of how much we talked and bonded. And then I texted her, being like, hey girl, like, do you have any tips to, like, not have my eyeliner transfer? She just never answered me. Can someone just tell me, please? I just want to be able to do winged eyeliner again without it transferring and ruining my life.
Hey guys, so I'm back with my story time. Get ready with me. So this story time is going to be about how my family caught me with the secret boyfriend that I had.
Okay, so I met this man at a party, a quinceañera, that I was not allowed to go to because I'm going to do another story time about that. But yeah, so I met him at a quinceañera. We talked a little bit there, but like barely anything because I was actually into another guy during that time. But yeah, the most we talked was probably like a couple words and that's it. Okay, so this was July, let's fast forward to October or September, I think. Okay, so it's now September. We're gonna call this man Ryan. So Ryan had requested me on Instagram, right? I didn't think anything of it here. I accepted it. I followed him back there, right? And then I had posted on my Instagram story, who wants to be added to my close friends. He put yes, so I added him, and he replied to my close friend story, and he was asking me if we were from the same pueblo or not. So yeah. Okay, we started talking from there, and he like asked me out on a date or whatever, like later on, and okay, like I said, he asked me on a date, but be aware that I have really strict Hispanic parents, so I was down, but I didn't know how I was gonna be able to with my parents being so strict about me with guys, like literally guys, like they're so strict, like crazy strict. Let's not mind the lips, it literally fucking disappeared. Okay, but basically, right, so we never went on the fucking date because it was really hard for me, but we still could like continue talking. But when we first started talking, I was really clear that I wanted to just be friends with him, but a man made me fall for him, I guess, whatever. But yeah, right, so yeah, so we started talking. Okay, the jazz when like you're in the talking stage, you guys go out. So as I said, I have really, really strict parents, so I had to lie to my parents about who I was gonna go with and how I was gonna get there, right? So one of my really, really close friends, Alondra, that's her real name, Alondra, thank you for literally always helping me out to go out with the freaking guy. So basically, Alondra's mom was gonna take us to the mall, right? The Irvine Spectrum, if you guys know what that is. She was gonna take us there. She was gonna drop us off, and he was gonna meet me there, right? So that was the plan. And my mom, she's my god sister, by the way, so that's why she freaking trusts her with her life. Okay, right? So I meet Ryan there, and then Alondra goes off with her little boo thing. So so she was helping me out. So the jazz, we were just at the mall or whatever, right? So the plan was that my friend was gonna get picked up by her mom, and the guy was gonna take me home. But that did not go as planned. So the guy that I was with, he took all of us home. We want to go drop off. Never mind, he's a crazy jazz driver. So he was supposed to drive all of us. Oh my gosh, go to freaking part 2. Okay, so part 2 about how I got caught with my secret boyfriend. Okay, so basically he was supposed to drive everyone home, but my friend and her boyfriend, they were really scared because he was a crazy driver, so they just dropped one of them off all at the same place, and that person took her home because that's how much they were freaking scared of him driving, right? Okay, so basically then me and him went out to eat, okay, right? And then we kind of got into a mini argument, but and I was kind of crying. Anyways, so we got into a mini argument, right? And he was heading. I was like, I want to go home. Like, I just want to go home because I was freaking crying in the car. So I was like, I want to go home. Like, can you drop me off now? And he was taking me home, and we pulled up to the side, like near my house, and we were talking out the argument that we were having or whatever, and we had it fixed or whatever, right? He drops me off home on this side because, like, as I said, I have really strict parents, so he can't drop me off in front. And by the way, I have cameras, right? And it was 12, like, it was like at 12 at night, and I have really strict parents, so I was supposed to be home by like 10. So they were already pissed as it was, and they were texting me like, are you heading, where are you, this, and they have my location, by the way. So okay, so he dropped me off at the side of my house, and I walk home, and they're already pissed. As I said, they're so mad because it's like 12, and I just went straight to my room, and like, okay. And the next morning, I found my mom was like, who are you actually with? And I was like, what do you mean? I was with Alondra. And she was like, no, who are you with? Because your brother told me that you were parked at the side of the house for a good 30 minutes. And I was kind of like, but it wasn't even like near my house. It was kind of like 5 houses down. So it was more suspicious. And I was kind of like, fuck, dude, like, it's it. I'm fucking screwed. And they were like, who are you with?
And then I was like, oh, I was with the laundry. Like, they just dropped me off at the side of my house. Like, there was nothing weird. Like, we just went out to eat. They dropped me off at the side of the house. Like, nothing wrong. And they were like, no, who are you with? Like, I saw the cameras and you didn't get dropped off in front. So who are you with? And I was like, fuck, dude. And so I was trying to come up with a situation in my head, like, how am I going to pull this off? But there's literally no way to pull this off because her mom always drops me off in front. So that's way more suspicious because why would I get dropped off 5 houses down? So you know what? They caught me. They literally caught me. So I was like, fuck, dude. I'm screwed. Anyways, go to part 3. Okay, so part 3, how my mom caught me with the secret boyfriend that I had. Okay, so like I said, like it gets over with. She caught me. Like, I can't lie. Like, how am I supposed to lie that off? So I told her, okay, I was out with this guy, like with this and this and this, you know. And dude, she was so mad because now she knows, like, okay, there's a guy in my life. I'm like with someone, this and this and this. What a coincidence! I literally posted him to this song. Anyways. Okay, so like I said, she was really mad, and even my brothers knew. So I was like, fuck, dude. And by the way, I'm the only girl in the family, so that's why they're more strict on me. So that's why it was even really harder. So yeah, so they were like all so mad at me for lying and stuff like that, saying that I was young and stuff. And it's because they're really, like, my mom is, she's a very strict Hispanic mom. But yeah, so they're really strict about me with dating and stuff like that. So, okay. So they allowed it, like, for us to continue talking, but without my dad knowing. And I was like, okay. And that's kind of how I got caught. But like I said, they were very strict on me dating. So they were, like, fine with us, like, talking, but not dating, like, officially yet. So that's what we were. Anyways, but yeah, that's kind of how I got caught. And then I officially told my dad about us, like, that I'm talking to a guy. And he allowed us to continue talking, but not dating until I was just a bit more older. But yeah. So yeah, so now present day, my parents now allow me to date, but I'm literally with fucking no one. Like, I'm not talking to anyone right now. So now and I'm like, bruh. Anyways, you know, freaking, like, I can be a fucking taken woman. Like, I can go out now. Like I'm allowed to date who I want now. And I'm single. But anyways, I'm gonna get back to my freaking makeup. It wasn't really that much of an interesting story time, but it was just like a story time. Because I don't know, like, I feel like I have lots of stories, but I don't know if they're just too personal. But at the same time, I have, like, everyone that I know blocked on this account. So I'll see. But let me know what kind of story times you guys want. Like, relationship, friendship, like, family. Like, what do you guys want? Like, I literally got you. Or the next... Oh, I got some good ones, actually. But just let me know, like, a little summary about what you guys want. Anyways, that's kind of the end of my Get Ready With Me story time. As I said, it wasn't that, like, interesting like the last one. Like, that one was juicy as fuck. But... oh my gosh, guys. I literally have more fucking tea on that, too. Literally, more stuff has happened with literally those people, like, this week. And I was like, it's crazy. Anyways, that's the end of my story time, you guys. Yeah, so I'm just gonna continue this Get Ready With Me.